For me, I have had a disability my entire life, and I grew up in a family that was very passionate about sports and had a long history of being involved in sports. So I was lucky to be involved in adaptive sports at a young age and kind of find that community of other adaptive athletes, especially growing up with a disability. You kind of learn your way around in society, and it was really important for me, especially growing up, to have a really strong support system of disabled athletes and especially disabled women, just because it really formed who I was growing up.
For me, it's very different. I'm fairly new to wheelchair basketball, so it meant a lot that I could keep playing sports, especially ones that I played for able-bodied. It was a great outlet for me when I first got injured, and it showed me a lot of opportunities that I still had, especially seeing the community that women also have in the disabled sports area.
When I first got involved in sport in the Philadelphia area, it was as if a whole new world opened for me. Something that had been snatched from me as a young child, I found was available in a different way, but was certainly available again to me. I could be athletic and physically active and physically fit, and just a whole aspect of my personality opened up when I found wheelchair athletics.
Mine would be Desi Miller. Yes, I love Des. But I just remember her, like, first time I went to a USA tryout, I was kind of freaking out as a little, like, 16-year-old child. And Desi kind of just, like, took me under her wing and just, like, helped me through that that whole, I don't know the word for it, but she just helped me through that time, and it really, like, made me want to come back and keep trying, even though, like, maybe it didn't go the way I wanted to the first time. She was the person that made me, like, want to keep going with the whole USA thing.
It's real important for you guys to know that there was a like-minded group of people that came before you at the University of Illinois, and it was those of us who participated, those of us who opened the doors in order to participate in sport at the U of I. And now I know that many of you have received scholarships to go to the U of I. You have access to wonderful coaches, trainers, and equipment in order to be the best athlete you can be. And you also are able to letter at the University of Illinois. And so it's so exciting to see how far the recognition has come for the students with disabilities who participate in sport.
I think it's just continuing to advance the sport and expand the sport, and especially for girls and women, because there are fewer teams and fewer opportunities. So just, like, everything we can do to keep expanding access to everyone who wants it.
I think that it's really important that we acknowledge the accomplishments that we as athletes have worked really hard for, and all of the obstacles that we've overcome, and the amazing things that we've done in the athletic community.
Yeah, I think it's just important to, like, know where you came from and how you got to where you are, and learning about what the people before us did lets us keep kind of improving and building on the legacy that they've left.
I would honestly just say thank you.
A huge thank you.
I would just say thank you.
Thank you for all the opportunity.
I would obviously thank them, just because, especially just the women's sports movement in the 60s and 70s was definitely difficult, and kind of paving the way for women in sport, let alone disabled women in sport. So, I mean, I would just thank them for being brave and being willing to just go out and play the sport that they love to play, and just like really being a pioneer for us here in 2022 to be able to be here at the University of Illinois.